ZANG Master sent me their 2.5-inch hard drive enclosure, which is quite handy since I do have a spare drive I can make use of. So thank you for that. So today we're just going to check it out and I'll do some file transfer tests. So it runs with obviously a 2.5-inch hard drive or SSD. So any of those types of SATA drives are going to run with this absolutely fine. Up to 5 GB per second and USB 3. Basically, also maintains UASP and trim compatibility, and you can also plug this into a PS4 or Xbox for additional storage. So so any computer and those consoles as well. We do have some instructions. So this sort of stuff is pretty easy to work out, and also a cable. So let's take that out, as I will need this. So you can see it's one of these types of flat USB cables, which you only see on these types of drives these days. It would have been nice to get maybe USB-C on this side, as these to me sometimes seem a little bit sort of fragile, but it'll be fine, I'm sure. Okay, how do we get in? Okay, it does say toolless, so there's no screws you need to worry about, just sort of snaps in, so simple as that. There's some foam pieces. Okay, are they adhesive? Yes, they are. So I guess we stick them to the top there. But let's get the drive in first. Now this sort of stuff is super easy. It just basically slips in and just plugs in like so, and that's it. I mean, you could probably get away with not using these things, but I'll just put them on the top. I won't even stick them on. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, to be fair. If I'm not going to be taking this out again anytime soon, just whack it like that on the top and snap into place, and that's it. It's a hard rigid case, so should protect it pretty well. And let's plug this in. Yeah, and as I said, well, that's okay, but yeah, they always seem a little bit a little bit fragile if you were to kind of yank it around, but that seems okay. Okay, let's plug it in. I'll run some transfer tests. I've now finished my test, but before I proceed, let me just draw your attention to that little circle there. So in there is a blue light, that's an activity light. So when the drive is reading or writing, that will flash on and off. It does look small there, but it is fairly bright, so you will see it. I ran the synthetic benchmarks in Crystal Disk Mark, and these are the results. So just take a look at the top numbers really. So for the read and the write, so 420 and 451, that's megabytes per second. So those are synthetic benchmarks, and they don't reflect necessarily a real world test all the time. So what I did was copied a 10 gigabytes folder of mixed files over to the drive. That took 28 seconds. And that worked out at 357 megabytes per second. So yeah, certainly a slightly different margin there, but I think it seemed okay to me. Also, I'm going to show you some more synthetic benchmarks that I ran on a SATA drive that's installed on my PC, within my PC. Same brand, so another Crucial drive, different size, but essentially the same specifications. And now we get 558 and 531. So of course a SATA drive connected directly to my motherboard is going to be quicker than over USB 3. So that's certainly understandable, but I thought I'd just run that test as well just to see the results. Overall, those are results that I would expect to see from an SSD running in an enclosure like this. So doing an absolutely fine job. And it's a nice cheap enclosure, so certainly nothing wrong with it. It seems solid enough, and it's not just going to open up by itself. You do need to put a lot of force in the right direction to crack it open, so it's easy to get to when you need to, but it's not just gonna fall to pieces. So yeah, nice and cheap, decent enough. Yeah, what more can I say, guys? It is what it is. So I've put a link in the description if you want to check it out. So that's the ZANG Master 2.5-inch hard drive enclosure. So yeah, check it out if you want to get one of these. Very useful to have. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye bye for now.